Sit back and throw one back with your pinky in the air and a middle finger to the world, and join me, the eclectic gentleman Stephen Watts, as we look back on this day in pro wrestling history. But before we do, put that drink down, like, share, and subscribe, and without further ado, let's get our wrestling history on. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, it is October 14th, and we're going to start off as we always do on a positive note. That's right, these are your pro wrestling birthdays. 1935, one half of the legendary Blackjacks tag team, Blackjack Lanza. 1947, the communist Russian menace, Nikolai Volkov. 1952, Big Dan Spivey. 1959, one of my favorite crazy wild men, Buzz Sawyer. 1979, she's got legs and she knows how to use them, Stacy Keibler. And last but not least, 1990, Eddie Guerrero's little girl and former NXT star, Shaul Guerrero. Of course, on the flip side of that coin, your pro wrestling deaths for October 14th. Quite possibly the greatest tag team manager of all time, and the man who broke me into the business, Captain Lou Albano. All right, enough of the sad stuff. It's time to get to the meat and potatoes. That's right, these are your pro wrestling history highlights for October 14th. Jumping in the Wayback Machine and groove into the 60s, 1966. Lou Thesz defeats Buddy Austin in Los Angeles, California to win the WWA World Heavyweight title. Staying in 1966, El Santo defeats El Espanto I for the Mexican Light Heavyweight title in Mexicali, Mexico, ending Espanto's second title reign. Grabbing my bell bottoms and going to 1978, the Assassin defeats Jose Lothario in Shreveport, Louisiana to win the Mid-South Louisiana Heavyweight title, ending Lothario's second reign as champion. Grabbing my boombox and going to the 80s, 1985. Butch Reed defeats Dick Murdoch to win the Mid-South North American Heavyweight title in New Orleans, Louisiana. As a result of this win, Reed had to vacate the Mid-South television title, which he had won from Dutch Mantel on July 22, 1985. Making two stops in 1989. First, Saturday night's main event airs on NBC, drawing a 9.5 broadcast rating. The show featured matches that were taped on September 21, 1989 in Cincinnati, Ohio. The main event sees WWF World Heavyweight Champion Hulk Hogan defeat Ted DiBiase with a small package after DiBiase had collided with Zeus, who was on the ring apron trying to help DiBiase. After the match, the heels beat down Hogan until Jake Roberts ran them off with his snake. Sticking in 1989, the WWF holds the King of the Ring tournament in Providence, Rhode Island. In the King of the Ring tournament final, Tito Santana defeats Rick Martel to win the King of the Ring. Our third and final stop in 1989, Bruce Hart defeats Gama Singh for the Stampede Wrestling British Commonwealth Mid-Heavyweight title in Canada. This marked the start of Bruce's sixth run with the belt and the end of Singh's fifth. Hart would end up retiring the belt as Stampede Wrestling closed down 2 months later. Those were your super short but sweet pro wrestling history highlights for October 14th. I'm the eclectic gentleman Stephen Watts, and we'll see you tomorrow.